Okay. How that should work. Should be recording.
Monday.
Oh, and Jamie.
Hey,
Hey, Jamie, you wanna text me if you can hear this?
Yeah,
Oh, I know this is functioning.
we'll see. Issue. I'm a quiet party guy, so it'll be, which won't be bad. That's a good thing. It's a big house.
Okay, you can hear me.
Or a bedroom or something like that. So
All right. Did you get going? You start?
Ready?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the page.
60-ish.
Okay. I'm good to go.
All right. Andy McGill, MIS Director for Webster County. Bidding the 26-27 budget. How's that? All right. So to start off with, we did submit with, no increases in salary except for on Nate. As I told you guys earlier, when, we were doing the other, election stuff, that I was doing a 4-step plan, 4-year plan for him. So I did include that into this. He would be going from his current salary of 64.2 to 66. Rest of them we left alone until you guys decide what you want to do with those. Okay. Office supplies, you know, to be honest with you, we don't go through a ton of office supplies, but we do use some pens and paper every once in a while. So I left that in there, $100. Our data processing supplies, that usually covers toner cartridges, paper, that kind of stuff. Sometimes we can throw in there, maybe like patch cables and stuff like that, because those are kind of supply items for our department. So that there, is around 6,500. Hoping that will cover the toner cost this year. Toner has gone up tremendously. As you can see, I'm probably gonna hear this from more than just me. Cost all around this year. A lot of vendors are tacking on anywhere from 5 to 10% increase in their fees, and you're seeing it across the board. You know, whether it be in supplies or support or whatever. So just keep that in mind as we're going through this. Postage, I think I did up that one a little bit. Every once in a while I do have to send stuff out, you know, back or whatever. And so I'm gonna leave that, I'll put it up to 25. I think I had $10 in the before, and that was not enough really. I've seen every year I've gone over that a little bit. So I put up to 25. Our phone cost, that's been pretty stable. We've been keeping that around that 750. Hotspot, that's I use that for when I am out and about and hook my laptop up to it. Right now it's being used by the sheriff's office actually to test out an issue we're having with one of the squad cars. So it's a good thing to have. It's a different provider than the Verizon that they use for everything else. So it kind of gives us an idea. Is it a hardware issue? Is it a vendor issue or whatever it is? So that's what that's for. I do lend that out around into others if they need to use it. Where are we at here? Let's see. Phone, what I call telephone and services and computer services. That's where a lot of our website fees, our phone service comes out of that. No, the internet service comes out of our fax ATAs. We also take out of there our secondary internet connection, the hosted FTP service, the internet for connection out to the, Kennedy. So that we can have that connection out there for phone service and not so much. And, then in this one, I also have, so we've not had a cybersecurity assessment in about 4 or 5 years. It's getting to a point where a lot of the grants and stuff are requiring us to have that. So we usually would have that done by CISA. Well, with, the new administration, that, so that's been cut out of there. They're no longer able to do that free to the counties. But we do need to pay for somebody to come in and do that now. Really ought to be done on a yearly basis. We can get away with it every couple of years because it is a very expensive service. It's about anywhere from $30,000 to $45,000 per time. So I did put that in this time, so that's in that computer services and website services category. School instruction, which is next on the list. I put that at 5,000 between mileage and going to ISAC and ITAG and the other options for us out there. It's good to have that in there to be able to do those. I would like to down the road here, some of our vendors put on some really good IT conferences, but they're never in the state of Iowa. And I know right now there's kind of a lockdown on that. That's special use case, whatever. So I'd like to see that be able to be used down the road for that too. So new equipment. This year we need to get we replaced our infrastructure last year for virtual environment. But what we did not put in last year's budget was the DR, the disaster recovery portion of it. And so I do have that in for the data processing, the 63,200 line. So that is around 80,000 to put that in. That will be housed over in one of the other buildings. I don't say where, sure, but in one of the other buildings. So that way, if something happened to this building, we have that offsite somewhere else. It will be in one of our buildings. They have it housed, like we used to have it down in Des Moines, and just a facility down there. That's costing us about $2,000 a month. And so that was, or just that didn't kind of justify it. So last June, we moved that back up to one of the buildings here, and it's in the house here right now, but it's aging equipment. We replaced it with this, so it matches up what we have. Also in that is copier lease payments. Next item down is new software, and now that comes our Microsoft 365. It actually went up significantly this year. I was thinking it's a 5-8% increase that they're proposing that will happen. We're coming out our 3-year deal we had for a contract. So now they can come in next year and say, okay, I'm good, get you caught up to where current pricing is. So, and then, of course, we have our photometry in there, which is our imagery that assessors, planning, zoning, engineer, myself, we cover that cost. Assessors pays around 50%, or 40. I don't know. It's anyway. The rest comes out the engineers, the stuff, and what else? Of course, our two-factor authentication comes out of that one too. It's our Cisco deal. So that's what those line items consist of for that the amount that's there. And then next goes into hardware maintenance, and that covers the firewalls that are here on site, out of conservation, and then also covers the ones that are being maintained down in the data center down in Kentucky. Also in that is parts to maintain. That is for, when the computers get past that a 3-year range. No longer warranty, we'd like to keep them another year or so past that. So that's what, we put some money in there for that, so that we can maintain those. Usually it's hard drives that go bad, with SSDs, there's like a hard fail. And they start to go, we have to play quickly. So, and also, in there is our fire suppression system. That is the Protect Central. They come in and do inspections on that every 6 months. And then they're just monitoring charge for that too. And then the last thing I put in that group was vendor support services. And that is just for us calling out the vendors when we're having an issue that we cannot seem to figure out, or maybe it's above what smells. So we like, I keep that in there. Usually either call HBS or I think Pathways for this. Because it's specifically to our earth environment, things what we call skip. So that is the support, hardware maintenance, and the last one is software maintenance, and this is the big one. Now we cut out VMware, cut out a couple of the other ones. We did not renew those this year because we took that system, we decommissioned it. We're on the scale instead now, so those costs are going up almost 4 times the amount we were paying. That's what we were told. So it's good that we got off of it this year because as I normally put in there, it'd been probably roughly around almost $60,000 to $80,000 just for that. And that's a huge increase. We were only paying 20 to 25. So we are in there also is our backup of our 365 environment, which means our emails, our Teams, our OneDrive, and that stuff is all being backed up. That's something we added this last year. It's a yearly cost to us now. And of course, Tyler, our big, it's I did. They went up about I think 8% this year, and so I did allow for that, and so I did put that in for this year's budget. The other things that are in here are Endpoint Central, which is what we use for patch management and monitoring equipment. Also, some other programs in there that do some other stuff for us, track of who's accessing file shares and that kind of stuff. So those were renewed this year too. So those costs are in there too. Other than that, the rest of it is going to be in Fund 2, which is our Blue Cross Blue Shield, which I did not increase that because we didn't know what those would be yet. And Viking Irish. Any questions? Oh, you want to know it went from 64,231.05 to 66,731.05. It's $2,500 what I put in there. That's a 4-year plan. So every year that's
Okay. And I didn't know on any of that. And just so you guys know, the papers that are in your binders do not include that extra dollar amount. I went just based off this. Probably already to do, so.
Well, that was discussed at the one meeting that we had since we went for the election. I did let you guys know at that time that really had already planned before the election stuff came out. So I didn't want to get that away. So
I just didn't include it when I printed off the books because that's what we.
and that would be more in line with what he's doing now.
Just want to let you know, we were just talking about this. There are several property tax bills at the State House right now. Getting anywhere from a 2 to a 4% cap on growth for counties. There are also bills to have change in government structure and consolidation of departments and or counties. So just wanted to let you know that that's what we're kind of looking at when we're looking at budget stuff too, and trying to forecast for that is next to impossible, but we're trying. So Just wanted to make sure you knew.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. So the one of the things that I kind of like to let you guys know what are 5 years. What our plan for hardwood wise. I really can't predict software wise at this point. I know we'll be looking at possibly looking at going to Tyler Cloud as an option down the road here. They need to come down in cost a little bit, so until they do that, we really don't want to entertain it. We let a few counties have done it. Jasper's done it. Baylor counties have done it, and actually it's been a kind of a benefit because employees have been able, if you think about it, we're all kind of moving towards that way. There's still something we have to store here. There's just no way around it. But with the OneDrive share, and then Tyler goes to, if we go to Tyler Cloud and, then we could have, when weather's bad, when people are home dealing with sick kids or whatever, they could still technically do some work from home and not truly have to VPN in, because they should have their personal files there that they normally would work with. With the SharePoint, we can put out shared files for them that they can use. So, and with Tyler going to the, trying to push us to go to the cloud, we go that route, and they'd be able to basically do financials from home, be able to do pay claims, to be able to run everything but print checks.
And they would do that on, if we went to that, they would do that on
A laptop. Or,
county
yeah.
tops? Not,
Yeah.
okay, that's right.
And we still need to do that, because we need to have control of what, yeah, we don't want people using their personal computers if all at any cost. You can get to run a computer to them, so, but that's the way it's kind of going. So far, that is probably one of the things that you're going to see. We're doing the DR this year, hopefully, that's what we're in the budget for. And down the road, we need to upgrade our, what we call data center licenses, which is our Windows server licensing. The highest we have right now is 2019. And as you know, Microsoft keeps dropping off versions. 2016 goes off this year. So next year, so luckily we're all on 2019 right now. So we got a few more years, but not a lot. So we need to plan for that. So I'm hoping to put that in next year's budget. After that, it's going to be mainly just replacing desktops and, going through that process. And that may look different once we, that may look a little different depending on where we're at in our environment. Other than that, that's all I have for you. It's just a cycle for me. Every 5 years we end up replacing servers again. And storage usually, then we start, going through the process of replacing things. In a cycle, Fortunately, I don't make money for the county, but we're necessarily.
Well, you save us money because things could get really bad really fast.
It can. And if there's been a lot of counties that have been faced in cities that have been faced with some of the issues that we've been able to prevent, and I hope we continue.
Your team has just been really great with getting us all moving with all of this, and just
They
wanted
have done a really good job of getting this done, and so, and if it's kind of their baby, I just kind of let them go with it. I told them what they needed, what was here, where things are at. They've done a good job getting it up and running and working. I know we have hiccups every now and then. It happens. Can't control what's going on.
I've been really appreciative of efforts to do all of this, and I can do some of the basic stuff. I mean, I do both guys, but you hear what your guys and your team do. One thing I've been, it's helped make you really proud to say, the county and mayor talk about county boards, transparency, and want to see this. Tell them, I'm going to keep posting on this, visible to the public community, and this. I think it helps a lot for, the transparency of our, how we operate, the business that we do, the and all those numbers, but I know this, you guys do a lot to help, bolster, community trust in what we're doing and, provide transparency to everybody. So,
And that is the goal of our department, is to support you guys. We don't do a lot with communities, and the community website, but the rest of it is mainly to support the users here. And that's what I stress to the boys, that is our job, to make sure that everything goes smooth with you guys. Best we can.
we appreciate it.
So it's good to hear. Thank you. I'll make sure I pass it on. Anything else? All right.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
you.
I was thinking you got one. But we'll do that for-
In a Pop-Tart. Morning, John.
Good one.